you stupidity thing, you. Just stay focused, will you?
We are focused.
3806 right now on AMC.
We are super focused.
Man.
I'm listening to the previous program so we can get up on how we feel about what, when, where, why, how, and who. But what I really want to show you is look at what we've got going on with AMC. We do feel that parabolic movement. So guess what your Happy Healer did? We went ahead and got back in some of these calls. Couldn't get in as many, but we're in 8. I still have some available money. I suppose I could put that towards making some of these out of the money if I wanted to, out of the money positions, because right now we have a real chance that we can break away if we can get a lot of this FOMO going, a lot more. Look at how it's moving now, already to 39. It could be one of those things that really takes off, that had you been in it at the right moment, it could make all the difference in the world. Again, I'm not your financial advisor, but you're seeing me take those exact movements myself when I do that. I'm still looking at it very carefully. I see these movements very fast. Look at the volatility picking up. It doesn't take much for me to notice that this is so possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and bump it up here. I'm just going to pick it up 2 more contracts. No biggie. They're so cheap right now. Watch what they're going to cost later if this thing really moves. So what are they doing? Working? How's that possible? They already moved. Open them up, unlock, set them in, go. Boom. They're already becoming more expensive. So, yeah, that's just the way it goes. We'll continue looking at them because they, look at it go. It's over 39 now. And it's picking up a lot of volatility. We have 2 hours left. This thing could rip. And that's what AMC has been waiting for. This could be the week. I wish I had more to have like some serious, calls here at 37. That would be nice. So, but I don't have that. I do have those 2. I sold the other 2. Mistake. It's okay. You don't know those mistakes in advance. For the day, we're back to a reasonable down number. We're 121 down and close. And again, we know where that came from. That was our mismanagement in Moderna. And Moderna, it turned out it was a good thing to get out of there to limit some of those losses, looking at where it really went to from there. Regeneron is sitting at 666 and showing a 174 loss. Again, that can bounce around and show a positive just as easy, all based on what, just what the buyers and sellers are doing at that moment. Really, we're all waiting for some Regeneron to make that next move up, and that's basically what it's been making. So there it is, AMC. Welcome back. I am your Happy Healer lover, and this is MoneyMantics. We are focused on what movements in the market are making us money, and I'll tell you, we have been in Cardanoo, which has done pretty good. However, it stepped back, and then now it's making a move up again. And Happy Healer, I'm not here anymore. No, I'm here. I'm on my show. I'm here. I'm on my show, and we're talking about winning, my love. You should come join us. Period. There we go. We'll give her a little thumbs up there. Hey, guess what, honey? We love you. We just want you to come join us over here. Okay, that's pretty simple. There you go. And now we're at 39.04. See, if they were here, they would be seeing what we're seeing. And this is exactly what it looks like when it starts moving and taking off. This is a beautiful look. It's already 39.5. This looks like it's getting that FOMO. It's getting that FOMO. We better start getting people knowing, look, we've got AMC going. I hope I've had your guys looking at that. That AMC is really serious stuff, man. When AMC moves $1, it's like right now at that price, that's equivalent to Moderna moving like $3 or $4, just to put it in perspective. And don't tell me you can't make some money on AMC calls when it's moving like that. That's really what we do know you can do. For the day, we're positive. We're $6.48 up. Woohoo! Good thing we're not like we were earlier. That was just painful. And we're sitting in a situation now where we're sitting with all these. Look, we're up $85 on that simple purchase right there of 7, and all that's going to do is appreciate more as this moves up. Those other three, the same thing. This is moving up on those. On the P&L, remember earlier we lost some money? Well, we gained that part back, and we're up another $2 on these particular calls, and we haven't even broke 40 bucks yet. So again, I was sensing that earlier, that those out of the money but really cheap 10-cent contracts are not garbage, as it turns out. Not even if it doesn't make it all the way there. It's already doubled up in value. Look at the profit here, $113. That's because it more than doubled in value. I could sell those right now for that price if I was done making profit on it, but I'm not. I'm waiting for that FOMO to really kick in, and I think those are the ones that can turn out to be 10Xs. I'm teaching you, and we don't always have that opportunity, but now we do, and so it's a wonderful thing when we do, isn't it? We're not just focused in on the movements that keep us, within the confines that sometimes make it a little bit hard to make money, but we're in the moves wherever we can make money. We are here together to do it right. And I'm even working on keeping my voice clear. I have a very clear voice. Yes, I do. Hello to you. And I'm hearing you out. So make your comments if you have any questions. Right now, we have AMC pushing at 39.48. That the hedge funds are not going to want this thing to go over 40. So let's see. If we break over 40, I think we're in a pretty good game for today. AMC is flying. Let's go. And it's making all the difference on our portfolio. AMC has got that energy. Once it breaks through 40, we are looking good. Oh yeah. So good. Okay. All right, make sure if you're just joining us that you like the video, please, and share the videos so that we can, be here for folks showing that. And I'm going to go ahead and jump in this video myself. I'm already in it, right? But seriously, to jump in this video to the extent that I can go ahead and right now make what? Okay. Whatever. We want to what I want to do is try and get some more viewers by putting AMC now that it's running. Maybe make a comment or something about that. So bear with me just a moment while I... there's the content. Okay. We got to do the live stuff. So the one we're in. Okay, so this is the one I want to do. Here we go. Details. Yeah, details. Okay, we're going to change this to AMC. Live coverage. Man, it's coming back down a little bit. Live coverage, AMC. Come join us. We are on a run. And this is MoneyMantics. Alright. We can do it, folks. Let's hope for the best. We got those dirty bums trying to hurt us on the way up and down. We gotta watch out for them together. Are we ready? I think we're ready. There we go. Alright, let's change that part. Let's see. Okay, we'll make that AMC, create that, and done there. Show more, tag AMC. All right, let's do this thing. We are currently at 39.31. You know, if we end up running into some resistance here, it might dry up our ability to make it over 40. However, it's common that when you're trying to hit 40, that it takes a little time. People often allow for that extra time. I don't think there's going to be any different kind of approach here. I think they will continue to offer that, and people do it almost automatically. So you don't have to worry about that. We get their automatic consideration. Okay, we'll save it like that. Hopefully that'll get us a few more viewers. When you take the time to update videos and provide the information where you're at right at the moment, it actually helps in terms of getting people on board. So we're at 39.21 right now on this. I am a bit worried. I was up a bit more on the 7 contracts. We're still doing good, but on the other ones, oh no, we're still doing good on both. We're doing good on both, folks. And the reason we're doing good on both is because we're all-stars. But aside from that, the fact that we're all-stars, the reason we're doing good on both is because this stock is doing amazing. It's doing freaking amazing, man. It's up. We're doing great. And so right now, we are at 39.54. We're going to go to the other. We're going to look at it here for a moment where we could do a little bit more kind of determining where it's at, been, this kind of thing. I mean, I think it's doing great. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so it had to be tested a bit. That's where the RSI came back on it. Looks like it's going to move again. It's attempting to move past that 40 mark. Once we get past the 40 mark, we're sailing on, and we've got the energy here. You see a lot of people are showing up to the party. Look at this here. It's going up compared to what it was at earlier. And so really that's what AMC is going to need. AMC requires a lot of people to be on board, so that means big things can happen. It moves with all of that momentum. Remember, like on Moderna, we get to a skeleton crew and it still goes up. Remember Regeneron, one comment and then the next day another comment, but yeah, it's moving $30. That's not AMC. AMC has massive support and a lot of energy around it. And this is what gets the energy moving, is when it's showing this kind of progress. This is what people like to see. And so once we get past that $40 mark, and that's exactly what AMC has had behind it the entire time. That's what the apes are made of. They are actionable change agents. They're looking for a better world. And you have to appreciate that. I know I do. I appreciate that to no end. So apes, realize that much. When you see your happy healer lover, I appreciate that to no end. And do me a favor, make sure you like the video and share it. And this way we can get more people on board. And when we get more people, then yummy for my tummy. All right, right now we're at 39.44 and kicking butt. Come on. My only regret is I don't have more of my man, I'll tell you, I sold them yesterday. I could have kept them. I should have kept them. But then I couldn't have lost money on Moderna today. It's okay. We're at 39.51. There we go. We got to break through 39.40. We could do it. Okay, we're in and out a little bit. I know we're having problems with the internet. Just hang in there. We'll be right with you. You can still hear my voice. It's going through good, so just be patient. Everything's going to work out. Don't you worry. 39.66. We got to keep bumping up and we'll make it to 40. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Wake up. Wake up. Let's go. I'm over here, man. Can you see? Has a hard time. It needs more lighting. I'm going to put more lighting here. 39.64. There we go, baby boo. There we go. And all for you. There we go. Good. All right. So we've got 39.54. Yes, sir. Aren't you happy? People are missing me over there at the comments, and I tell them, hey, I'm coming, I'm here. They must be super excited over here right now. SEC, do your job. What are they all whining about? We're going up, brother. We're going up. What's going on? Whatever. These guys are whining like hell over there. And we're getting ready to break $40. Well, here we go. Let's go. Come on. I mean, are they a bunch of sourpusses or what? Okay, folks, it's your Happy Healer Lover, and we're getting ready to break through to new levels and new heights! Exclamation mark. At least recent ones, for sure. Period. Let's go! Exclamation mark. $39.60. That's a beautiful thing. We should always have $39.60 going to $39.61, and then it goes to the next. Yep, we're doing like we're supposed to be doing. I hope you guys were in when I told you back at the low 30s when we bought that sucker. Well, actually, we bought that one a little bit higher, but we had bought other ones and did like an exchange thing at that level, so there wasn't really loss or gain. So I don't pay attention too much to things that... Here we go, 39.76. Let's go. I'm not going to read the comments on AMC because they're all being sourpusses. They should be excited. 39.82. They were talking about what I said, getting all those calls. Well, sorry, that's sort of how we've been going on everything. But calls aren't going to stop the progress. No. You just got to make sure you're buying. You see, if you take money that you would have bought shares with and buy calls with instead, that's costing, yeah. But not doing it this way, not at all. 39.89. Here we go. We're going to break. There it is, 40, the big number. That's it. I know we've got FOMO going on this sucker. Let's go ahead and come back to the chart here. We're going to break through it. Take a look at this. Look at that extra. Yep, 1.57. The FOMO's here. Man, I was sensing it this week, and here we are, baby. I hope you guys are signing in and getting on board. I hope you're here. This is where the party's at. And the fact of the matter is, we've been waiting for this for a while. Let's hope it goes through 40 and really makes a big pump up, because now that it touched on 40, I think that's showing its strength, and I'm very happy about that development. How's it going, Techno? GameStop's moving too, huh? Let's go take a look at GameStop for Techno. I'm not in that one, but I could just as well be in it. Let's go take a look. Yep, it's at 195. It's moving too. Today's the day. Let's move it to it. Let's do it to it. Let's make it happen. So AMC needs to break through 40. What's GameStop need to do? It needs to break, well, it's having a tough time getting past 195. But once it gets to 200, that's where its main number will. I assure you, 200 will be a much bigger breakthrough for GameStop than 195. Although it's hitting some resistance right here, 195. So it's got its little Batman ears. And it's the same thing. It's just like, I kind of feel like it's following AMC's struggles a little bit. But I think AMC will break through and then GameStop will follow right behind it. It's kind of what I suspect will happen. Now, we need to see this breakthrough happen. So we're sitting at 39.58. Let's come over here and take a look at things. I bet you, yep, all those went up. We're doing good. We're on the day. We're 166 up now instead of being 500 down. My goodness, thank you very much, Moderna. Regeneron's at 667. Much better than 666. And we could sell these now for a profit, a major profit if we wanted to. It might turn out that was the wise thing to do, but I'm going to hold on to those a bit longer. I will get rid of those for profit, I assure you. Just maybe now's not the moment. I want to see it break through 40 and carry on. I think that's where we're going to really make the movement. Who would sell now? That's crazy. I mean, to sell now would be giving up on all that major profit after 40. And it's about to break through 40. It's about to do it. Right here, right now. That top number on AMC is what you need to be looking at. It's about to break through 40. Alright, here we go, 40.15, there it is, I told you so. And now watch the price of those 7 and 3. They're going to start rocking through the roof as this thing moves, because it's going to get to 41, then it's going to go, it's really moving fast, guys. We haven't seen AMC move this fast in a while. Let's go ahead and step back and take a look at, there it is, and it's moving quick. Let's go ahead and take a look at GameStop. GameStop is moving right along with it, right behind it. Now it's reaching $200. Let's see if it has a hard time getting past 200. And if it follows and gets past 200, is so long as AMC in the meantime is moving beyond 40. So it's really going to want to see AMC move beyond 40 before it passes 200. And if you're on GameStop here with option calls, and I'm sure they're way up more in price now than they were a moment ago, most certainly, because people see the volatility, and that's how that works. So we're at $40.13. Yeah, GameStop might not be a bad way to go for these options, really, when it moves like this. I think, well, GameStop, let's get it. Let's get it. Now it's going to have trouble. See, so long as GameStop's having a hard time making it past 200, it might be that one of two ways I suspect it'll happen. Either GameStop is going to hold back AMC because they're kind of like, they're attached, right? They have like a chain attaching them, imagine. And that GameStop gets drugged down trying to pass 200, so now AMC is not moving, right? Doesn't make sense. It passed 40, but it's holding on. So there could be that, but then AMC will help pull, ultimately. This is the other thing. It could turn out then that AMC helps pull GameStop over the 200 mark, and then they both just sell right on. And that's going to look pretty. And I'll tell you what, if you're in these GameStop calls, look at that. Boom. So you know AMC is doing good then. And there we go. We're going to 41. And you got to figure that the dollar amount difference between these two are roughly what you're really focused on. So here we're going to 41, and there we're going to 205. So that'll be nice. There we are, 41. It's in there already. Let's take a look at things here. And remember, you could buy these calls pretty inexpensively. And this is going to change it all. We're up to 35. Let's go. That's it. It's time to rip, AMC. It's going to start making these, it's going to start getting a lot of people coming to, AMC right now. I'm certain of it. And it's going to start making the news. And, AMC is pushing. It's up to 41. And not so much 41. It's how quickly it's getting there. So we have to keep that part up. And then we'll see what we're really looking for. We'll see that magic. Now remember, we said we can 10x on those? No joke. That's why I picked them back up. When I started seeing this move, I didn't sit back and wait. I took that and I started moving. Because I knew. I said, I'm not going to be one of these fools that sits there and waits, Nah. But now look at these calls here. Well, that one's actually in the money. And I can't get rid of them because we got the PDT rules, so I'll just hang on to them. 41.13, we are doing good. A+, let's keep it going. That's what we need. And so that's what we teach here, how to turn a $1,500 portfolio into, we had almost 20,000. We dropped down into, real low again. Now we're back to 3,600 and we're moving along. And it's because we know how to get into the various positions. Now, mRNA happens to be still sitting at 390. What a bummer, huh? That really could have took the wind out of us today if we got into that hard. Regeneron is at 668. Jason, where you at, buddy? How you doing today, brother? I know you're out there. Let's do it, baby. Okay, 41.22 on AMC. So let's just keep moving along on that. For that position, we're up $1,234. Not too bad for a side position like that, huh? I wish we could have been a little bit harder. And I don't think we're done moving. We just hit the 220 right now. So timing-wise, we are A+. We are not going to be knocked out by time on this. Let's go take a look at GameStop. Oh, they're still struggling with 200. So they got to 200 and then turned around a little bit. 201. And once they turned around, GameStop started to feel sluggish too. So let's see. GameStop's below 41 now. So we'll continue to watch both of these for signals that they ran their run. I don't think they ran their run. I think they're barely going. I mean, look, we're just setting back up for another push-up. It's going to require that in a healthy move. And it just continues to grow each time. And the more it shows itself to continue growing, the more the FOMO crowds start coming in. And when they come in big time, we push this thing to 50. That's when you're going to start seeing some of the shorts. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll cover here at this point. I had enough. And then you start seeing more and more. And then, that's when it leads to the 60s and the 70s and then the gamma squeeze. All of these positions that we bought over here, we're already over 41 again. All of these positions will be trading at $20 plus each. We'll be in a new heights. We'll be back to better than we ever was. And all because, for one, we're believers. We're courageous. We're in the plays that are higher risk, so we get higher reward. For the day now, we're up 800 instead of being down 500. That's much more pleasant. We're continuing our rise up. I imagine that GameStop is gotten out of its rut at this. It's moving around. It's still wrestling, but now there it is. It's moving. It should come behind at some point because remember, AMC has a pull effect to it with GameStop. We'll see. We'll see if maybe AMC gets sluggish here. It's still moving. Come on, GameStop. Let's go. You don't need to be holding up the crowd now. Yeah, it's holding it up a little bit. And so they have this connection. That's a beautiful thing for either one at some times. And we'll go ahead and jump back here. So we got to see GameStop above 200. Maybe they might break apart if AMC continues to rip and GameStop loses a little bit of energy. I've seen that before in the past, and most people are with AMC over GameStop. GameStop started it, but they had the first run. And that's why their low now is like around 150. That's like their low. I mean, that's why I say they're not pumping dumpers. They're just hanging on to it. And so you don't get to ride up from like, say, 20 to 150. It's already there. It didn't get lower than that. All right, so the next one is 42, and we're still over 41 strong. Let's see where we're sitting with GameStop. Okay, GameStop is having its struggle. It's got to get over 200. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure they're all very happy over there. Well, not if they're like the people at AMC, boy. Maybe AMC, they're just pissed off about something at that one moment. Let's see. There are no fake walls. Buy and hold. Okay, good. They're moving along now. I hear the faint sound of telephone ringing in the distance. I wonder who it could be. Don't buy calls, please. Boy, they keep sending that out. Buy more. And the reason why they're saying that is because it really is that. These guys get a little too greedy. They're all usually buying shares and just holding. The moment it moves, instead of keeping it going, they immediately switch to doing calls. They're not like us who have been doing calls all week long, all month long. And, you know, even on that stock, like for them, it's brand new. They sell their shares to buy calls. Don't do that crap. Yeah, I agree. You will stunt the growth. That's greed getting in the way. All right. I know it sounds weird me saying that. I'm sitting with nothing but calls. It's not that weird, folks. I've been on calls this whole time. They'd rather have my money in their calls than not. All right, 42. Come on, baby. Are we stuck back here on AMC? I'm sorry, GameStop? Let's go check. Let's see what our brother's doing. It's a little stuck still. We might have to leave you and come back, okay? But we still love you. All right, AMC is at still reaching up into its high here, 41.65. Let us break through. Let us show it's the way. Let us get it done. Bada ba boom. Yep, I just showed him your stock. You got it. Thank you, Techno. Let's get him, baby. GameStop to the roof. Do you like that I'm sharing it? Okay, we're coming down a little bit on AMC, but I don't think that means anything. I think we're just crouching to jump. We're up $1,000 in the account here, so that's good. Change of fortunes. My goodness, talk about whiplash. That's why I say don't. You can't allow yourself to get too worked up. Just keep going. Keep strong. It's always better to be strong, you know? All right, we're getting ready to go to 42 on AMC. Let's go ahead and see GameStop again here. 42 on AMC, we're getting ready to break it. I sense it's coming. They're not going to be able to stop this movement. Quite frankly, I really think after all this repeated effort that these hedge funds are in trouble. And you know what I say? Fuck them. Let them be in trouble. I don't like them. Not one bit. 197.51. GameStop. And you know you made a ton if you're in GameStop. That was at 175. So if you were running with calls on that, you just moved 25 points. So don't be too upset. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull you over the hump, GameStop, or if you're holding us from getting over our new level. Either way, we're together in this. 42, come on, baby. I said 42. I sense it's right around the corner. Just that simple. Yep, thank you guys for sharing. Make sure you like the video. If you haven't already, I'm right here looking you in the eyes. Make sure, I'm actually wiping my face off so I don't have no silly food on my lips as I'm talking. Make sure you and my eyes, I'll get them all. Why not my nose too then, right? It's my whole face. Make sure you share this video. You like this video, okay? 41.56 on AMC. Oh, can't you see? 1, 2, 3. Look at me. And look at these plays we have going on here. One is $435 up. It started as a simple 10-cent thing. It's already gone up many times more than what it was paid for. It's already up 4 times and moving around, even though it's coming down on the main price. Maybe I might let some of those go. I don't know. I think holding on to them is still a good idea. I mean, look at my available balance. I probably should have bought a few more when I could have. I was being a little bit slow on that, but... And it's really right now any man's guess as to where it goes next. It's all a matter of whether we get enough momentum. It depends, like GameStop, what's going on with this one. If this guy can get over his $200 problem, then maybe we'll get over our $42 problem. And that's sort of how it works. Here it goes. We're pushing for 42. Let's go. Let's go. And it's following a line here, 42. Once it breaks through these numbers that have been difficult to it, it's going to fly. I wouldn't want to be out of it, that's for sure. We're looking at 230 right now. We got plenty of time left to do some wonderful things. I would not out of it. I mean, that's why you have to have a few stocks. Like, I mean, what are you going to do? Be in Moderna right now just because that's... No, you can't do that. And, I mean, I assure you, Moderna's not feeling anything. There's nothing special going on there right now. And there's the people here, sure. And they're all yelling at each other like usual. Where'd that HappyHealer go? Making money? Hey, folks, come join me at AMC. We're making a bunch of money over here. Exclamation mark. God bless you all. Much love. Period. Come see me over at Moderna Excels. Where the hell are you, huh? Period. We're on YouTube already. Alright. Sad for that, man. Getting burned on a stock you love so much is painful, you know? Okay. Let's get back to AMC. We're banging against that $42 door. And we're not liking going down at all. Going down's not our cup of tea. Look at those presses. It doesn't want to go down, so it just presses forward. It's going to push up, I think. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ooh, ooh. All right, 41.58. Our next move is to get to 4,200 pennies on AMC. Right now we're at 41.48. What? Oh, 41.60. I thought I said 41.48. Anyway, I'm just kidding. There's a lot of pressure behind pushing this thing up. Now here's what's going to happen. We're going to break through 42, and then we'll continue on right on up to 43. It's going to happen. There it is, pretty quickly. Do I have a good head for this stuff? And then it's going to 43. And now when that happens, we should bring along, that should be enough pressure to bring along GameStop at this point. Well, we'll see. That's still a lot of pressure. So let's see where we are with game. All right, we're going to try again. We're trying GameStop. You're going to have to help lift yourself a little too, you know. All right, regroup. Let's try it again. We're carrying a very, very fat passenger in the back. All right. We got a really fat passenger chained to our hip, never leaves. There it is, 41.84. We are getting ready to rock and roll. Rock and roll. This is the 8 movement. Remember, these are change makers. They're trying to make your world better. They don't want people selling out our future. Oh, you didn't know that's what happens? Oh, my goodness, I'm sorry to tell you. Your future's being sold out. That's what the hedge funds do for a living. 41.78. We did it. We just have to hold it. It's like, when you get it up but you can't keep it up. Not good. What good is that? So you take a picture, you got to keep it up. There we go, 42. We're in there. All right, let's hold it up and then we'll go check on our fat passenger in the back. Okay. Oh, good gosh. We know the fat passenger didn't get over the hump then. Let's go check on that fat passenger. Nope. Okay, let's go ahead and get back. His fat passenger is moving along a bit, but there we go. We're really tugging along. That fat passenger will get over the hump. Don't you worry. We're smaller, and we're carrying that fat passenger right over the hump. And believe me, that fat passenger is going to be cashing out, too. Right, Techno? There we go, 43. And that's the next one. I'm telling you, we've got this thing down. Thank God. That's what they needed. I've been calling for this, God moves for those who move for God. All right. There we go. See, we tugged you over. Oh, jeez. It's just that you know it. When you know it, you know it. Okay, we're going 43. We got our fat passenger in the back all as well. Do-do-do-do. We got our fat passenger. Do-do-do-do. We got our fat passenger. Do-do-do-do. Yep, now's the mission to get to 43. Let's take a look at things. I bet you we're looking good on all of our positions. There they are. I told you picking up that son of a gun is going to be the right thing to do. We're already, that's why you do options, folks, right there. We're already over what our coin account is whatever it is now. We're committed to it, but we're already over that number. That couldn't have been possible. And when we were at 2,300 earlier today, that wouldn't have been possible on anything else. That's why options is a superpower. But you have to know when your stock is moving in order to take advantage of it. Now, Moderna is still sitting at 389.42. It is not moving. It is becoming a very heavy weight to anybody that puts money into it. Regeneron right now, it is sitting at 666. Oh, jeez. Not a number that we really want to talk about too much. All right, 43. Let's go check on our fat passenger. Looking good. GameStop. Oh yeah, we're tugging you along. Don't get stuck on no rocks. Just keep your body smooth. Put the fat parts out. Okay? Let's go. Let's get back to AMC. This is the engine right here. AMC is the engine to GameStop's progress right now. Don't kid yourself. AMC is about to take off like a mofo. And I hope you're in it. It's fun to be in it. And not only are we in it, we've got a ton of contracts. They were all 10 cents each. I mean, come on. That's why I told you about them. I didn't want you to miss out on that. I wanted you to have 10-cent contracts like your HappyHealer lover has. Now we're going on 44. Let's go take a look at these juicy contracts. Yeah, we'll be over 5,000 soon just because I picked up those 10-cent contracts. They're already 10x now. I could sell them for their 10x right now. But why do that? They're going to continue building value. Hopefully, we're going to break right on up through 50 and say, I want to see this be the short squeeze. I want to see this be a short squeeze, if nothing else. Let's go. And you know what? AMC deserves it. And they're all coaching each other there. They've been through this enough to know, hey, don't go and spend all your budget. You've been buying shares the whole time. You are a shareholder. Now you sell all of those shares to go buy options. Now everybody does that. The stock goes down. So don't do that. If you want to buy options, come out with more money. And buy more shares too. That's what being an ape is. So we're at 43, breaking through 44 now. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yes, Jason. He says, oh my gosh, what happened? I got an $80 call AMC for September 3rd and it's rocketing. This is crazy. Is that what you're talking about? Absolutely, sir. And good job with that. I'm glad you picked it up. And that's what I keep telling people, it doesn't make sense, some of the things I say to do sometimes until later. But you could see right here, I show you everything. I'm not like these guys who don't show you, right? So you could see everything. What did I do? I picked up 7 of these calls for very cheap. I mean, like 10 cents or whatever they were. And now they're already 10x'd. I did the same thing with these ones. There are 3 of them, and now look at them. So they're already $1.50 each. I mean, those were even really nice, right? The only reason I got a few less of those is because they were like 15 cents. I mean, that's how you do it. That's how you make it on these. And they're both about 10x, really. And I suspect they'll go beyond that once it starts hitting 44, 45. Those numbers will start, 60 will start looking like, wow, that's right around the corner. And those will start picking up to $7 and $8 and $9. Come tomorrow, this thing will run another $10. I mean, that's how these short squeezes go. Yeah, I know. I don't know why you didn't, Jason. You're here with me, buddy. You know what? Next time. And also, you could still, you could have lost all your money on them too, so don't say next time. Smart guy, right? I mean, I typically do that a lot. You see, I've done that and I've lost. So maybe you remembered all the times I lost doing it, so you didn't do it. And I said what the odds are. I do it often. I pick it up. I try not to lose all my money with it, but I do it often enough that it works out better for me. For every 10 times that I do it, it picks up more. I mean, 10 times takes a lot to really, I don't do it that often. But, I would say out of 10 times, 2 of them are winners. So 1 out of every 5 times they're doing this. And 4 out of those 4 that lose, I'm cutting the losses and getting my money back at least half the time on that. So, they pay off. And when they run hard. So they do pay off. I mean, I've really made bank doing that before. Not having much money at all, but just buying those. And think about it, buying 50 and 60 of them. I've done it. It's only $500. To buy 10 contracts and to buy 50 of them and then have this happen, it would change your picture totally. We're at $44.60, 16 cents. We're moving right along. And it's not over. Look at here. You could jump into the options contracts. We're in Moderna. That's the last thing we want to be looking at right now. All right, AMC, and you want to get some cheap ones, so keep it to this week now that we're running, and get on here, right, and shoot it on up. Now, I don't think it goes all the way there. Let's see. Can you pick up these ones? Nope, you can't. I think it might stop maybe at 100. I didn't check the limit on it. Nope, lower. Maybe 90. Nope, lower. I think those lowest ones they got are 80. And so there you go. The cheapest ones available right now are right there now. And we're going on 45. So there you go. Those are the cheapest options you can get. That means my thing just went up in value more and probably over 5. Yep. $5,000 in value on this account. That's how you move it up. I mean, thank God, right? We have bad days, we have good days, and those bad days take us low, but those good days take us high. We're up $2,200. We doubled the account today. Remember how many times in Moderna I've told you, whoop, doubled our account? Do you know how many times I've been through that already in life? That's why I don't worry about it. That's why I don't get freaky about it. And that's why money to me is just a tool to get the job done. But yeah, I want to see. Now, I know my friends I've been telling to get into AMC. They're very happy right now. I hope they didn't go jumping out of it. This is the time we were waiting for. And it's going to continue running. We've got plenty of time today to run. And again, I sold out those 2 yesterday, but I bought 10 more today, and they're already gaining value like crazy. So, you know what? Nothing's lost as long as you make the right movements. And I have to ask you this. How can you ever make the right movements unless you're with your happy healer lover on this? I keep it honest. I keep it real. These guys lie to you for their benefit. I'm just saying. A lot of people do that, and I don't like it, and it's because of greed hell. They put that greed first. They don't keep it straight. We're going to 44.66, working at 45, 44.82, 44.77. We're going to be breaking through 45 in just a moment. We're going to go back and check on GameStop here in a moment. Hey, Cozy. I'm glad you did too, Cozy. I'm glad you were wrong, and I'm glad you picked up some calls. Did you get any of those penny calls I was telling you about earlier? They're not penny calls anymore. The only thing I regret is not buying more. But you know what? I got a good number of them. You see it. I have it right here in the open. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another to have done it. And that's what we've done. We're at 5,200 here. And growing. And mostly off of less than $80. That's how powerful doing that can be. Unbelievable. On all these other areas where you lose, I had to spend $700 to lose $350 with Moderna earlier. And it hasn't moved from $389. I like Moderna, but she's losing her appeal right now. She needs a break. I really do think that. And I have a channel named Moderna Excels. Trust me, I am not saying that out of frustration or hate for Moderna. I love Moderna. I'm saying that out of a necessity to not lose your bankroll on Moderna. So our goal right now is to break through 45. We're stepping back a little bit. One thing I have seen AMC do is end up stepping back far to step up far, but then sometimes it might not come back. So you have to be smart in those moments. Take your profits or you'll end up going home a loser. And, people will sell. Except for that, it'll trick you. Sometimes it's not over. And like I said to start with, it steps back pretty far to move even further forward. Personally, I'm sticking with everything right now. I'm still a believer. I want to see it get over 45. I'm going to go check this chart here. I want to see where GameStop is right quick. And on GameStop, we're at 207. And so AMC is at 45. So GameStop is trailing behind AMC, faithfully so. They both stick together pretty well. AMC is where most of the momentum is, and the most of the volume is. And so once it gets moving, the good news is if you're in GameStop, then it's right behind you. We're getting ready to break 45. There we go. Oh, it was just right at 45, and it went like this, a brick. Oh, there it is. They can't stop us. Okay. And that's really what I think it's coming down to. I think that these hedge funds, these bastards, I really think it's getting to a point where they can't stop us. I got to send some friends from some texts that I got on this stock. I don't know if they know, but that they're really making bank, because I told them to buy a shitload at 30. And that's everybody that I was telling that to. Is just buy more, buy, get in GameStop. I'm not their financial advisor, so I can't make them do anything. But of course, that was the smart thing to do, because we're already at 46. I bet you how many contracts do I have? A bunch of contracts. I bet you they're doing well. So we're breaking through to 46 now. Imagine just waking up to that and having like 50 contracts on it. Okay. '46 has beat us. 46 is in the past. Thank you very much. Just think, earlier today we were trying to get over 36. Oh my God, I can't get over 36. Now look at us. We're doing great. All right, let's go take a look. Once we get to a certain level, we'll start going up much faster because we have all these contracts. Depending on how far this run takes us, we have 3 contracts getting ready to hit the money at 60. And man, I wish I had put them all there. It's okay. We have 3 that's coming up on 60, and then another 7 at 80. And that's the highest you can get. It might run that high, really. It depends. It depends, man. It just depends. You'll be surprised. I mean, a lot of people have been on the sidelines waiting for this moment, saying, oh, I ain't getting in there until this moment. And now here it is. And now look at all that volume. It's not going anywhere. It's cooking. And guess what? The hedge funds, I don't think they're too happy about it. This is not, what you're seeing here is not by accident. This is planned. This is a planned occurrence. Okay. You got the $60 call for 105. That's still not bad. And yeah, still not bad. That's right. And so, but who can really call AMC out? I mean, I said I think it's going to happen, right? I've been saying that yesterday I bought a bunch and I had to sold some, and then today sort of the same thing. I sold some this earlier today. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We've been going at this for a long time and nobody really knows the exact day. Except for me. Just kidding. I did have it in my heart. And I was talking to God about it. Let's do it, baby. 46.50. Let's go. That's awesome. Yes, sir. I love it. Got it going on, baby. It's going to be the 47 here in a second. Okay, and we're going to be the 7,000 here in a second, right? Once it gets over 47, holds that strong. We didn't sell anything. And just, AMC is, we got in there right. And what I did is I came online immediately. I seen that it was moving because I had sold those ones from earlier, if you recall. Today I said it's going to move, and then it didn't, right? And so I put them aside. But then I seen, oh, wait, it is moving. It didn't move a lot. Remember, I'm quick on this because I was already expecting it. So, praying to God, being the happy healer lover as I am. And so I bought some more, and I got them for the pennies on the dollar. I just didn't want to miss out getting those. That was important because I had them from earlier. And so when I seen the movement was occurring, I jumped on it, and it was the right thing to do. And it's going to be movements like that. And I told you earlier, I said, we'll get back. I didn't think we were going to get back this quick, but we'll get back to where we were and where we ever were before, and we'll go even beyond. But we have to be careful. I know when I first started this show, look, we're at 47, 45 already. When I first started this show, I was doing things a tad bit differently than I was when I didn't have the show. And I realized I was making a few mistakes here and there. And so nobody wants to hear that. I don't talk about it. Here's the thing. We have to make results, and that's what this is. So I'm enjoying it. These are results. Results you can take to the bank. So we're at 6,800 on a portfolio. Like I said, it wouldn't be much more over 47. Now we're at 48, where we get the 7,000 on this sucker, and now we're going to start growing like shebang. When we get to that 48 and hold it, we'll break 7, and then we'll just have to start asking ourselves, well, how far do we want to go? How far do we want to go? It's a good question to ask. And it's about having that keen sense, right? That's why I tell everybody, make sure you're on, this channel. It might not always get that excitement that you're wanting every single minute, but man, it'll do good for your wallet if you're toned in. I mean, you see what we're doing here. We do it live. We do it in front of your face every time. We're now looking to work on 49, and it works out. It really does. This is the way we do it. We have faith and we hold. For one thing, we hold. When I sold my shares in AMC, I did it out of necessity. I'd already lost too much money on it. And so when I sold my shares on AMC, I basically decided that I would get around and get on Moderna again, because Moderna was my other stock that I knew well and I could make money on. And but then I said I like AMC, so not being in it bothered me. So I went ahead and made sure that I kept some calls on AMC as well. All right, so we're stepping back again, which makes you have to ask the question, are we stepping back to lunge forward, or are we stepping back, people are cashing out, or are we under some kind of a short attack, or are we stepping back to that we're just going to lunge forward? It could be any one of those things, and I think it's really time now to be prudent, because if you don't start capturing profits, then you don't get to have profits, because you're a fool and you didn't get out in time. But at the same point, it could be cooking up the move of far, 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 far from here. I mean, there's no limit when you really get that movement going. This is the short squeeze. I mean, it might be the short squeeze. It might just be a bunch of effort. But either way, for us, it amounted to a win. You don't want a win to become a not win. in any sense of the word. And if I were to sell, would I rather sell my 3, and I have time, I think it's getting ready to come back up anyway. Would I rather sell my, and it'll come down like a ton of bricks, and you'll lose everything quickly. That's why I say, you got to be thinking about this all the time when it does do that. And then again, this could be a prolonged, constant move up kind of thing like that as well. But you capture profits. It's important to capture profits. And so I think the best thing to capture profits in right now would be my October calls. Man, they're in deep, but they last for a while. But I don't know. They're pretty in deep right now. I think it would make sense to capture some profit on this, and then probably just start thinking about capturing profit on a lot of my moves. That's the problem, though, where they don't give us the opportunity to get back in because of the pattern day trade rule. That sucks. So I'm going to hang on to what I have here otherwise for a bit longer. And let's push to 50. Come on. We got almost up to 49. We stepped back about $3. Now see, we could just give it a pause and step back another $3. That's how you start losing progress. And no, we don't want to do that. Not at all. That's why we're paying attention here. We're going to go ahead, and these are out next. So let's go ahead. We'll just hang on to what we have there. We take profit, and the pattern day trade rule really angers me that we can't do better in terms of hanging on with things. But yeah, we'll just hold on with these 7 for now, and we're gonna be up today. We're gonna be up today, and even if we don't pull the big short squeeze, we at least took a nice big run today, and now tomorrow we have that behind us. And it might be the day that we push further. So, we never really know. And it's not over yet. So, going from 49 to 45 doesn't feel good. But it's not over yet. And remember, we sold out of some of our positions already. So we're capturing profit as we go. This is how I do it. And it's important that I do it the way I do it, for people to see the way it's done with me. Yeah, Moderna's making you can't stay so focused on one stock in that, oh, well, this is a stock I lost on. I want that stock to give me my money back on. That's getting too personal with it. I've made that error. It's a tough one. That's why you don't see me doing it more here. Nope. We're going to step out of everything. Man, I hope that's not the wrong decision. But it's showing us it might be really stepping back far to lunge further than you've ever seen. It could be doing that. So it's real risk. We'll hold off right here. But we're in this sell position watching that price, because it's going to massively start losing value on these things. Because, yeah, let's get rid of them while they have a little value left. Maybe it's wrong. But you know what? How can you complain when you're 4,500 up or 2,100 up? That's what I meant. We're at $5,000, okay? We started the day at 2,300. So that's not bad. And guess what? AMC probably isn't even done. I had to move on because I couldn't risk losing all that. We were already 10 up on that one. We were 10 up on that one. I mean, when you start pushing that hard, then what happens is you lose everything, because there's never a price good enough that's good enough to sell at. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Well, that was fun. Let's see where it goes now. The pattern day trade rule makes it impossible that I can't pick up I took out thousands of profit. Now, if I want to put 300 back in really carefully, I'm not allowed to do that because of the day trade rule. Right? Time now is 3 o'clock, about 2:57. Plenty of time for this thing to run still. Although it's come $5 off. And that's what they could be going under an attack right now too. It could be under a sustained attack. What that also could have been, remember, this could be very, very naughty what these hedge funds do. They could have been making money on the calls. Them. And that they were the ones who then took all that money out, turned around and bought a bunch of shorts to bring it down. Manipulative bastards. They need to get out of the market, I'm telling you. I'm 42 now. How old are you? You'll see all your life long how bad these bastards do. Why are they here? They're doing somebody good, but it's not you or me. It's not the American people. So it's 44.84 now. I know we're all trying to see now if I was foolish for selling out of everything. Yeah, what are you going to do? You're me. You see it drop $4. You ain't stupid. You already just seen what happened last Friday. You're going to take what you can get. But at the same point, though, that PDT rule bullshit really keeps us from doing that. And, so I'd stay in, I make more, yay. But if I lost it all, tough luck. Well, why didn't you sell when you could have? Because the pattern day trade rule. I know that if I want to get back in, I can't. Really? You stayed in because of that? Yeah. That sounds foolish. Should have took your profit. People don't realize the psychological effect of selling out and not being able to get back in. See, so look, it's already 45.66. This thing is on a good go. This thing could break through break through 60 and then go on its big run, and now I'm not in it. And I can't even buy into it because I have no money here. So it's what it is. It's what it is at this point. I wish them well. I want to see it go. I am an activist. I want to break the back of the hedge fund. Go. Come on, man. I want to see it run for everybody. Come on, run, run, run. What can I say? I wish we all could have bought more at that 10-cent range, man. We'll be looking for that again, and when you see me do it, of course, I'm not your financial advisor, but now you've got that education to add, right? That's what we're here doing. We're learning. And look, it's gaining up. It might run again, and I'll be out of it. But you know what? Like I always say, place your bets that can meet your expectations. Right? Place them in a way that can meet your expectations. So what am I in now? I'm out of everything but Regeneron. All right, let's go see this, baby. Coinbase. 277. So that is a good time. I might take some money and put it on Cardanoo. I might do that. You have to realize these options, you can make a lot of money, but they're YOLOing your money. They're a superpower. Realize it. Use for the advantage that they have. That's why I'll go grab those 10-cent contracts. They're trying to rip me off by selling 10-cent contracts, but they got no vision. They're not seeing that this thing can go. They're going and doing that every day, all year long. But man, it's a real good opportunity to get in there and buy something cheap sometimes. You don't see me doing that all the time. That's why I make money on them mostly. Okay, let's see where that ends up by today. That's by the end of today. I suspect that'll be back. It got down here. We were looking at in the 60s. Now it's already at 77. I suspect by the time tonight comes, this might even break $3. That's just the way that Cardanoo works, man. And I'll tell you what, to sit back and make money on Cardanoo and not be stressed out, just do my work for God that we're doing here also, that to me is really appealing. Of course, the problem with that work is not a lot of people have. I say for God, but isn't it for you, really? We're talking about for a better life for human beings. We're not talking about Moses in the day of 5,000 years ago. This is real stuff today, and there's still just not a lot of... sadly, there's not the effort or the interest that people should have for that. They're more interested in it. If I did a program based on let's break them down, I have a group that's dedicated to Trump. I did vote for Trump, but I'm not like that big of a Trump fan. I'm much better than Biden, right? I'm the God fan. I want to see people do best. That's why I'm running. Nobody's doing it, and I really do feel we need somebody from down here to do it, but a sane person that everybody can trust, that's smart. So that's hard to find. Happens I'm one of those people, and I don't have much because I'm not chasing that, empty stuff. And so really I fit the bill of what America needs. We need to build that world of abundance and have faith in our value, our sacred value. That's where we get to do special stuff, not what we're doing now. That's where we get to fix racism and everything, not what we're doing now. I'm sorry, we're never going to fix that stuff. The left is lying, and the right is lying in their own little ways. But I think the left are the bigger liars right now. They're telling black people we're going to fix racism by getting angry and, being mean back. That's not the way it works. Sorry. Jesus taught you better. Turn your cheek. And they don't practice that. And sadly, a lot of people on the right, they're more fit for anger too. They don't want to hear about my love and unity. That's awful. But we'll get around them, because I know that this is going to shove their face in the dirt long enough. And they'll eventually come out saying, oh, okay. Oh, we're down to 43.70 on AMC. And so that means GameStop's also going down. Maybe GameStop's dragging it a little bit, like a drag effect. That's sad. I wanted to see it run more. I mean, no matter what I want to see, reality is in front of me, and you see how I react. I get out. I mean, I like to stay hopeful to a certain extent. I didn't sell at 49, that's for sure. I wanted to go to 50. But at 48, I told my friend about it who was in it, so hopefully he can get in and out if he's watching the program. 48. Get out. I stuck with it. 47. Now I'm looking at it. What's my most expensive one? Let me get the hell out of that. Okay, looking at it. Whoa, it's at 46 already? Damn it, let's get out of that one too. And then it just subsequently I said, no, it's time. Let me get out of them all. I am happy with where I'm at, and things are falling here. And so I listen to what's going on. Moderna's gone up a little bit. So we're at 2. Look at GameStop saying, well, I didn't. Wait a second. What the hell am I looking at here? GameStop got up high. GameStop ran to 227 if you're on that sucker, and it's still sitting at 204 now. I wasn't focused on where it was going after we got really running on AMC. But GameStop had a pretty good run there. I mean, it's all, really what it is it's all pretty much relevant for its own numbers, If AMC was a $150 stock, it would look a lot more like GameStop. And this $6 or $7 would have been times that by 3, $18, more in line with what GameStop looks like. So just realize that. And really, GameStop's on a level that's 4 times what AMC has been trading, not 3, 4 times. When AMC is trading around 35, 32, 36, GameStop's trading at 150. So take 150 and divide it by 35. That's your number. Yeah, see, I do quick math. GameStop is 4.28 times. So yeah, I mean, take $6 times it by 4, $22. So that's kind of the same thing you see on GameStop, isn't it? So they're very, very much in relative order in terms of their movements. If you're on GameStop, you're making roughly the same amount than as if you're on AMC. And that's true no matter whether you're on the stocks or the derivative markets. The derivatives on, meaning options on AMC are cheaper to own than the options on, well, not right now. Look at what they got now. They gained up in value. But let's look at GameStop for a moment. They also gained in value. And these options here are quite a bit more expensive. They're not going to be 4 times more, but, well, look, they're a lot more expensive. That's what we'll say. $26.40, $29.55. I would not touch those with a 10-foot pole right there. But you can lose or make a lot of money with them. I think your downside is a little too high at the moment. But again, this could simply be a lull in between another massive move forward. We probably can happen tomorrow. I don't know if we have enough time for all that to occur today. We only have another 53 minutes, but you better believe we'll be looking hard at AMC tomorrow. And we'll be looking, and I think it'll probably close around this 44, which is beautiful. Think about it. They weren't thinking they would pass 40 today, and now they're at 44, playing between 43 and 44. And, I almost see like a floor around here. I don't really see it going past. Well, it got down to 42.93. I would like to see a floor right about there. I don't want it to go past that. Tomorrow, we can have maybe another opportunity. But we sure did make the most of that one. And we'll be looking for those 10-cent contracts tomorrow, too. And if this fails here a bit, we might get some good price contracts and then get it to move again tomorrow. Why not? And all we need, when you get those small, cheap contracts like that, they stay cheap until people believe. Remember, you never expected it to hit 60. I never expected. I mean, maybe it might hit those numbers or 80. And I tell you, that's not where you make your money with these suckers. You got to sell them for one thing. But you make your money by getting on them before the run or in the infancy part of the run. And then as hope builds go from 10 cents to $2, you're already 20x. Get rid of them. I mean, you basically are a success, major success, once you're 1x, right? On anything you bet. If you're 1x on something you bet, you did pretty damn good. And you get to be 10x on something? Yeah, that's really outstanding. So, count your lucky blessings and move on. That's the way that's belonged to go. Yeah, Jason, I believe it's possible. Don't become so hopeful that you can't see anything, I'm a believer. I say yes, but I'm out of it also. So even though I believe it's going up, when it comes to the money, I can't afford to be that hopeful, especially in greed hell. Sometimes I go the distance with it. I did the distance with Moderna, and she took me for a damn ride. It was against what I normally do, isn't it? It's against what I teach. What we did on Moderna last Friday is against what I teach. All the lessons that I've been teaching up until then, and I say be careful. And also going into that, I said we're going to do this one differently, and that we're just going to hang on. We're going to have hope. And it never worked out. Hope isn't always palatable. I mean, you've got these idiots that sell us out. And this is greed hell where we live. Hope is the only thing where we want to... The kind of world that we want to go into, Jason, hope is the only thing that lives there. And love and progress and more hope and dreams and successful dreams. And people living out their better lives. Where we live now is filled with hate and revenge, and we have these hedge funds that sell out the entire country and every company in it. It's all the worst you can imagine. Yet the ingenuity of the Americans still is able to lift it up all these years. If we could take that cancer off of us and continue to grow out. Now, they say that cancer is there to provide liquidity in the market. But we know now with all the additional people in the market, not to mention the liquidity it puts in the market. Are you kidding me? The liquidity it takes out of the market. It has people running from the market that they lost all their money. So let us be smarter and let us do things better. A market that's going up is a healthy market. We need that kind of market. I really believe that. People don't even allow themselves to talk in such ways. They find themselves too beneath the problem. I say, nope, everybody's a part of that answer. So that's nice. It's nice to be right sometimes. Especially when being right means getting paid. And we went from being 500 down to being 2,250 up, and that's what we needed to do there. Now we still hold Regeneron to what we need to do there, and I think it'll turn out good. It'll go to $700, hopefully, maybe even beyond that. I need to see it start happening soon. These are pretty high calls as it is, and this one's worth $332. We're not in it just to lose money, that's for sure. And the same movement that I was looking for when I first bought these is the same movement I'm still looking for today. Well, Monday was just yesterday. Today's Tuesday. So come tomorrow will be a Wednesday. Weeks move fast. And we'll still be looking at this, needing it to move. Because it's not moving yet. and I suspect it will move. But again, what's the only thing that I cannot control is when it moves. Now this 332 one is sticking in there a little bit longer also, because we have it for September 3rd. So that's also a time factor that's hanging on to that. This other one is for $15 more and is for this week, so it holds $122 worth of value. Although I think we paid a little bit more than that for it, because we're down. Well, obviously we're down on it, but we're down 2 different numbers for the open and for the day. So, well, that don't mean much. Ultimately, for the open on this, we're down a little bit less than the day. So really, we could only be down 78.16 the way that reads to me. We must have ended yesterday up a little. So we're down like $80 on this move. And on the other one, we're down $17.50. We've been sitting in them since yesterday, so we're waiting for our move on those. AMC is moving back up. It's almost to 45. So it turns out you're right, Jason and Cozy. I really, really pray for that we're going to make this thing run and that it's going to get up there. So make me look silly for selling. That's what I want. Because I got friends and everybody in it. We all need to do well. So in a way, I was on very early, wasn't I? I was completely set up for that run. Part of me wishes I didn't sell those initial 10 and instead I just bought more. That would have been smart. But when I seen it wasn't moving, I just said, let me take what I can get out of this. It's moving to 45. Here we go. Maybe this is where it does technically have time to get all the way back to 50. And then guess what? To move beyond 50, already we're in new territory. We're at 45. People are starting to feel encouraged again. Trust me, I could feel these sentiments. People are starting to feel encouraged again. So this is possible again. Remember, this thing is not going to just rip $10, $15 out of nowhere. Now we're done. Oh, what just happened? I don't know. It's over. No, people remember, and it's going to come again. And so that's why we got to keep our eyes and ears open for this one. I think you could get into some positions. Well, the cheapest position on this still happens to be $1.12. I don't have money to get in right now. Anyways, if I had money, I would certainly buy some of those cheap positions. Why not? Tomorrow's another day. I don't have money to put into it, so tomorrow's another day. And tomorrow I will have money. No. And if it's at 55 tomorrow, when we open, I'll put it in then. If it's at 40, I'll put it in then. Because this is a stock I intend to stay in some degree. You've seen me cash out when I was deep in money because those things were $37 calls and we were already sitting at 48 when I was saying that. I don't remember exactly at what price, but had I noticed that at 50, I would have thought of that and said $33 calls. You know me, I don't like keeping them too deep in the money. Well, for one, for the very reason that they lower and then you lose money in them. So I'll be looking for those. And I do like calls that are a bit out in the future so that you have more time on them. I really think that's something that the people in this group need to work on. The people in our group, the people that are working, making money with us. I think it's really important that you start looking at calls, and I know a lot of you are, calls that do not expire on the week you're in. When you do that, you do it for a reason. You know why you're doing it. There's AMC position calls right here where they're going to possibly move today or tomorrow. Well, that's okay. They expire this week. But that makes a lot of sense to do that. And so that's really what I am encouraging here. But then you see on some of these other ones here, like, well, the only other one we have open, we have one that goes out for this week and we have one that goes out for the week after. Now remember, when you're balancing a smaller portfolio, if you have 50 or 80,000, you'll be doing things differently. I don't know how much you'd be putting into the market, you know. If I was comfortable in all other areas and didn't have any other outstanding goals and was looking at some lofty wins, I could take $80,000 and use it just like I am now in the best benefit of moving it forward and turn it around very quickly. $80,000 would be a nice budget to turn around into something big. I could, with my knowledge and superpowers now, I know that I could do a lot more with 80,000 in a level head than most people who actually have that 80,000. Anyways, so we are doing well. We're happy about the progress we made today. That's exactly what we're doing. If you do not, if you are not already part of our Discord community, well, why aren't you? You would have been in this movement. We talk about AMC. You would have been hearing today all these movements we're doing. So do get a part of that Discord community. The link's below. Also, make sure that you like this video. That's really important. We're a growing channel, and even though we're called MoneyMantics, actually we are MoneyMantics, and Moderna excels. Excuse me, I do that all the time. We're called Moderna excels, but we are MoneyMantics, and we air on a lot more channels than just this one. So that is something that you should know. And we love Moderna. We know Moderna more than any other stock out there. We call Moderna's moves every day. And we're right about Moderna every single day. It doesn't mean we can make money on Moderna. So we do a lot, and we made a lot of money on Moderna. But the thing is stocks move when they choose to move. And that's the disadvantage when it comes to buying options over the stocks and the shares themselves. Would I buy shares and stuff? Probably if I were in that situation where, Happy Force 1 was already built out, and or that I had a comfortable amount, like I was comfortable, I would do shares. But in a situation where I'm eager to make progress, and it doesn't matter if I lose the money I have now versus have it, it's not going to do me that good for the things I need to do. So why not put it up and let's try and do better? It's exactly where they put Americans. If you're like a lot of Americans, in other words, then this works. And sometimes, if you lose it all, like let's say we made a lot of progress, we stepped back, and we would have been better off to hang on to what we had. And that's why I talk about getting into crypto, because now crypto, while it's still very, very volatile, it's an aggressive bet, isn't it? People look at that as an aggressive bet, but it doesn't give you that time limit like options do. So you can put your money in there. They might go down and up at different points, but it doesn't have a time element to it. So that's what I like about when we have that as an option. It's really a good option. So that's why we've incorporated stocks. Now, crypto. Now, when it comes to crypto, and right now, by the way, let's see where we're at with this thing. 43, so we're at 40. Again, like I said, we're setting up for tomorrow, okay? I think that this will carry on tomorrow. Remember, guess what's going to be the talk of the town tonight? Take a guess. Does anybody know? It's going to be AMC, folks. That's going to be talk of the town. It ran to $50. That's what's going to be remembered. And yeah, we'll close at 42 or whatever it is. That's exactly how they like to manipulate. But we made it there. And so it will be the talk of the town. That was a big run. And it wasn't no small run. It was the kind of run that makes you believe we're getting ready to do the big one. And so that's positive. We're starting to have movements like that now in AMC. That's very positive. So we'll be focused on that. We don't want to be a loser. And remember, the lower it goes down at this point, we'll only set up for a better deal tomorrow if that's the situation that it'll leave us in. So let's keep hope going. And you know that I'll be keeping it real with you the whole way. And here you have people saying, AMC, do not sell. This is only the beginning. I believe it. I believe it. I'm with you on that. I feel you on that. And the do not sell goes out to the stockholders. If you're on an options contract, you got to do what's right for you in that moment. You could always get back in. Remember that. Keep a little extra money because you can't count on the pattern day trade ruling bastards. So try to keep a little extra money in your account. Make some sales today if you want, so you're ready for that tomorrow, right? That would be smart. If you made some, like say you had money and you couldn't get it in there quick enough, you're not going to wire it or anything like that. Well then, do it that way. Sell some holdings. I don't think you should be afraid of selling some holdings if you need some cash to make your positions true. It's a little defeatist to sell. If you're selling AMC to buy those AMC options, I would say, well, going in like that's a bad omen. I wouldn't do it. And not unless you had a whole bunch in there and you weren't selling them all. And like literally you're putting everything into AMC, but you want to make money on the options too. Well then, yeah, I guess with that I would support. I would say, yeah, take some. Don't take more than 20%. And if you have a really high, and you might lose them, why would you even want to do that if you're making good money, right? I mean, this is a guaranteed situation. So, and I certainly wouldn't sell them like the guy said. Don't sell your position at all, right? That's not your was that your MOAS? Hell, I was doing options, and I don't even think that's the MOAS. Come on. So that's more or less the feeling on it. If you have any questions on that, be clear about that, because I'm certainly clear in explaining it. And that's how we do. When we do what we do, it's how we do it. Okay, so just getting back here on the day. Let's see, this thing, we don't want it closing up on me. My battery, so let's check that. Oh, we're plenty good. You got to remember, we're a vessel out in the sea of the land, and so we have to check our vitals on our craft. Okay, so, and I like that feeling. You should have seen Happy Force 1 before it burned up, man. I had a switch for everything. And I'll be doing the same thing here, and I'll be showing you guys how to do it. It's a lot of fun. That's all part of the efforts with your Happy Healer lover. Don't you know that? This is not like any ordinary channel. We have a lot of superpowers here. And, well, for those who do know, they already know that. And for those who don't know, well, trust. That is what it is. So, get on board. 43.29. And do me a favor, folks, for those who are watching, can you like this video? That way you don't forget later on to like, and also share it if you can, especially if you have people that are looking for positivity in their life, and they can use some truth and love. And I'm especially good with helping depressed people see a way forward. So, yep, believe it or not, all those are very good things I'm very good at those things. Okay, so we've got GameStop here, and we're at 207. This guy's not going to fall below 200, it looks like. And like I said, I feel really good about AMC and not falling below 40. I don't think that's going to happen at all. And they were talking about, could they get above 40? I don't think it's going below 42.85. This line that they've already made right here, I think that's our line. And so we'll see what happens in the after hours. It might run in the after hours, actually, because they start getting excited and they don't have the pressures of, the derivative markets. They don't have the pressures of, the short sellers are not out like in the after hours market, really. They've been known to be there, though. Although you've seen a lot of different rules pop up, so these guys are really being kept on a leash, which is good. Really, we need to get rid of them. Short sellers are they're the worst thing to society. Really, I can't think of anything worse. They're literally selling out trillions of dollars of America just away. That's how they make their money. They make their money by selling out America. Yeah, Cozy, I'm sorry. You'll get him back. We're going to push hard. Yeah, which way it wants to go, right? Oh, geez. And now mRNA's running, huh? I don't think it's running too much. I just looked at it. It looks like it made it over 90. It was under 90. It was at 89. Now it's at 91. And for Moderna, that's like hardly moving. Well, no. Take that back. It is moving. Holy cannoli. Look at that. Holy cannoli ravioli. It all goes together. Just one's for dessert. Wowzers. How did you do that, Cozy? You got a magic power too? Oh, wait a second. Wow, that's pretty good. So any one of our people that was sitting on Moderna, is that you, Jason? Are you on Moderna still, waiting for it to come back? Anybody that was on Moderna, they're happy for waiting now. Waiting has a certain ability to it, but man, it's expensive and hard to hold. That's the hardest thing. It is for me. And my experience tells me, all in all, the more profitable thing to do is sell when the market tells you it's time to be listening to the market. And sometimes it comes back, but mostly you've already sold at a profit you're happy with. So if it goes lower than that, you can buy back in. Of course, if you're rich and you're working with more than 25,000, this is definitely what you need to do. And I don't say that's rich, but compared to people under that, it feels like that. But I don't say that's rich, no. But if you have, over 25,000 and you're in that account and you're moving it around, I would definitely say, get back in when it gets lower. It makes sense. It'd be nice if we all had that option. Only the rich right now. But maybe in the future we can all have that option. It'd be nice. But right now, just for the rich. Oh yeah. And you know what, boys and girls? Be happy for what you get. And for what you don't get, don't worry about. That's really the biggest truth. Don't allow the part of you that's that FOMO. FOMO is like a greed thing. If you're operating solely on FOMO, then you're not operating on vision with clarity and love. FOMO is a bad force to operate on exclusively. But, it is by definition that greed force, I believe. That's what gets people feeling like, oh, me too, It gets like that feeling runs up. And, what we do here is courage and love, right? It's the opposite of greed. And selfishness. Think about that. Courage and love. It's the opposite of greed and selfishness. That's what I would call that. And so, in fear, that's what I meant, fear. Courage and love is the opposite from fear and greed. And fear and greed is where FOMO comes from. Fear of missing out, greed of wanting it. Very common, but courage and love, care, same thing, has you doing things and seeing the world in ways that give you a little bit different insight than looking at things with greed and which essentially is selfishness, and fear, which is how the market operates on. Essentially, if everybody was operating on, and by the way, people can't afford to operate on courage and love instead of fear and greed, because in this world, you don't have any backing, and if you mess up, you miss one point, that's it. You could lose your home, your house, your way of life. You could be on the street, your family, leaves you. You could be screwed up completely, right? That's where your fear comes from. Being possibly left out. That's why in a better world that knows how to advance, will take care of its people to alleviate its people of that fear. Right? Think about it. When they don't have to worry like that. And then they don't have to be greedy to get the things so that they don't have to worry. Their fear drives their greed. Take away the fear, you can take away the greed. And in place, now people have hope. Now they could do care for one another. Later on, they don't plan on doing greed and all that other ugly stuff. It doesn't feel fake anymore. And that's natural. Care and courage. And having the courage to do anything you want, because you know ultimately that if you fail, you won't miss out on the worst in life. You won't be trampled over. You've got people who will catch you, who support you in your effort to do good in this life. Now everybody's free to do good. That's what freedom is. That's why I say freedom is not putting somebody in a desert and saying, there you go be free, so you go roam around. No. Or even in a city and to do that. Now, you got no sustenance, no way of doing anything still because everybody's going to block you out. Now, of course, that person will become a thief and eventually die on the streets, drugs and everything else. And then you wonder where it happens from. And you'd never want to accept that the real problem is greed and fear. The real problem is how the markets work. The real problem is how we're doing things. We need to advance. It's too long. See, we've made all this progress technologically in every which way that gives us the ability to advance, but that we do not advance. It's our selves, our culture, not allowing us to step forward and advance, to step up with our abilities. But when we do, then we take care of each other and we put human value first. That's doing God's work. It would be very smart for people who that want an income for all, they want education, they want all these things. They have a right to them, really. But they'd be very smart to really think about their beginnings in this world and to develop a faith. Because not only will that faith help us get it done, that faith will change your life. That faith is important to your own life. But also, it helps bring along, you can see and give the credit to God, and it brings along those folks who are on the religious right that have been hammered and told for years that, oh, this must be communism if they're going to take care of you're not allowed to take care of anybody on the right, because the moment you do, they turn it into that's the devil taking care of them. That's not what it is, right? Because you're dying. They accept death when they do that. But yet, just like the left has been told for so long, their set of nonsense and propaganda that keeps them making sure we never enter into the better world, the left does the same damn thing. The right does it too. The right and the left do the same thing. They are both, in their own way, in different ways, keeping us from entering into the new world. See, so the left says that they want an income for all to become better, no racism and all this stuff, but they're not budgeable for those changes, and yet they can literally have them all. They're not bad things to ask for. And to do it in freedom and love. And you see, the religious right would be very smart to do God's way, really, because then they wouldn't actually end up in what they fear, which is to have China or one of these real communist places take over America, like what they fear. Because when they keep insisting to do it one way that's old and worn out, other people who know better aren't going to go for that, and so they'll lose elections. Ultimately, we will end up with that kind of future that's totally lopsided. America will try and do it on its own and mess it up. The only way to succeed in this endeavor is to realize people have value and purpose, to recognize that value and purpose, to keep our systems now but improve them, get rid of the corruption, etc. In other words, free markets, freedom is so important in every essence, right? And that would be wise for the right to realize that we take care of people, we do it in freedom with free markets and capitalism and everything we've ever valued, and that stuff will be stronger than ever before because we're raising the specter in the human spirit. We're stepping up in ways that people deserve. We're doing it God's way. Now you unite two different people of different areas that get everything they want, united in a future that is possible. We're at 4:45 on AMC, and that's good. So while I'm talking, it's moving. Like I said, if we're closing even higher than we thought might happen, I mean, we still got 22 minutes left of the market. That's great news to me. I'll take it. It is looking like that, Cozy. He said that AMC is looking to run again. It sure is. That's what I said. It's not finished. This is not finished. It didn't run $15. No, that's done. That's just like another AMC day. No, it's not. We haven't had a day like that since the last time it ran. Just so you know. Let's keep it real. But what do you think about that stuff, right? Am I like on a deep level getting somewhere yet with any of you? Because this is so incredibly true. And it's amazing how many people don't actually get it. And it takes them a while, they start realizing, yeah, I do really value. It makes sense that if I think I value so much, and I think about those lonely times when I'm just by myself, and I think, man, is there a God? Yeah, there's got to be a God. Look at everything out there. Look how big the cosmos is. And then you realize, man, I'm so special. Don't you realize everyone else is special too in those moments? It's not just you. We're all so special. Centers of our own worlds, our own universe, our own galaxy, each and every one of us, the observer within. And to be an observer in this world is to be alive. Think about that. Think about the double slit experiment, and then think about that. Think about the scientific truth behind that psychological view, right? To believe it, to understand why. Why you're alive, why the things you see, that you see them at all. That perhaps it's you who's creating just through your observation. You're so important, right? I love recognizing the truth. Right now we're at 44.36. It's like we're doing just like we do with Moderna, but with AMC. Hey, we've been on AMC this whole time. Nothing new about that. No. And you've seen many times in the past, go check the program, where I've opened it up and put 10 contracts here, 10 contracts there. I did the same thing a couple of times with Moderna, and it went very well. The best one that I did with Moderna like that, I wasn't even doing this show. I was just on my own. So now I'm showing you my secrets. And I got a bunch of them. And I make a lot of sense out of the things that I say when I'm teaching lessons like this. And the reason why I think that doing it is a faster, better way of learning than just listening to people say, okay, I want you to picture this. A man sells a house and has a contract, and they're like, oh my God, I can't do this. And, it really becomes that. You can give somebody your attention for 1 minute. If they don't start getting interesting in that time, the story they're telling isn't keeping you, how can you keep track of all those events, all the various things happening within the story? You're losing interest quicker than you care to. Looks like I'm picking up some sun over here, too. I pulled in the shade. You can tell when the sun starts hitting the car because everything starts, coming through. I've been trying to get away from that, which, by the way, I have sun panels, and I'm doing that. Florida is that hot right now. $44.39. It's a moving. It's hard. I don't know. It's not finished. And if you look at what people are saying, they don't believe it's finished. Although, did you look when I first opened this? It was like, yeah, let's see all the excitement. And people are just like stone cold about everything. I'm like, I didn't even read anything, but it was on the screen. It was like, are you kidding me? Do you people know what it's about to happen? That was what I was thinking. But then they, I guess, started catching on. I was like, now you got to be happy, right? But yeah, I mean, things move quick. When I started selling, I had no guarantee when I first sold at 48 that wasn't a major mistake, and that it wasn't going to turn around and bust through 50 right at that moment. I just felt that if I was going to lose any more, that would be foolish after having been at that level, and that it's given me enough proof by having went back $2 or $3. You know, I think it could have been in the 47 to 48 range, in other words, that I need, quite frankly, to get out of this position. And so that's when I moved out of that. And those were my largest positions because I was holding a lot of value in it. And then after, probably be better that I speak to this thing like that. And then after I got rid of the 2 larger contracts, there were still 3. I think there's 3 and then another 7 or something like that. Or yeah, something like that. And with the 3, they were pretty expensive compared to the 7. And the 7 could still grow a lot. So now it was time to get rid of the 3. It was like in succession. And also, coming up, I told you, if you go back and listen, I said, don't start thinking about selling later. Now, look at the numbers you're at. Start thinking or up to you. Again, I don't tell you how to do anything, honestly. I'm teaching, right? But how I do it. Think about how you'll get out of this thing. Think about all the positions you're in for this move, and think about what needs to go first, how you're going to do it, even as you're going up, so that when you feel the moment's ready, you don't have to confer with yourself, you just act. Very important. And I want to say, I wasn't sure if I left something in Discord. Yeah, I did. Okay, so at 1:16 p.m., before everything, I left a message in Discord, okay? And it left a picture too. And it showed everything that I did, and it showed the prices. Get this. This is unbelievable. You need to go check the Discord, and this is why you need to be in the Discord. 5 contracts. I just showed you that I bought those for 4 cents each, 4.5 cents. Or that's what they were selling for at that moment. I think I lost a little money on them, so they even came down lower. So I was far ahead of the program. In other words, the price of AMC at that point was $37.64, and I was already thinking like that, feeling those vibes, feeling those energies. And you know, I don't know, it comes to me, right? So all right, look at this 3 I picked up for 13 cents, and I had sold some in the same position earlier. I sold 10 of them, which you'll see I had lost $74 on those 10 before I sold them. But obviously all that came back, and then some, and only with that 3 and 5. So I had a total of 8 of them. Plus I had another 2 that were in the money. Those were $680 each to start with, and then they picked up quite a bit of value. But what do you think gained more value, those two big ones or all those small ones that started at pennies? Unbelievable, 4.5 cents. You got to see that. That's why I say, man, how can you not, that's like, to me, yeah, you can lose. And I say, when I get it, I say I can lose all my money with this, and I get it. I'll try and get something out of it if it turns. And that's what I had done with the earlier 10. I lost 70 or 80 waiting for something to happen because I sensed it. I don't know. I just sensed that today was going to move like that. And that I have that sense. AMC, I particularly have that sense with. I do with Moderna too, but I've been losing my sense with Moderna. And I don't know what's going to happen next, so I don't even lie about it, right? And so it starts looking a little boring because I'm not a liar. But here we are with AMC, and that proves it right there. You go to Discord, see what it is, and make sure you're part of that and you're an active member so that when I'm sending those out, you get them. Just like Cardanoo. If you got on Cardanoo when I was telling you about it, you've already doubled your money. I said, here's what I said about Cardanoo. I said, folks, I think Cardanoo is a great place to go. And I said that then, before it started moving. It was like at $1.98, somewhere around there. Or $1, even maybe a little less. And I said, I think now's the time to get on Cardanoo. I think here's what's going to happen. I said, think about Bitcoin trying to 10x. For Bitcoin to 10x, it'll have to go from where it's at now to $500,000. That's crazy talk. But now, let's say for Cardanoo, and for it to just 5x, that means it'll go from $2 to $10. And its market cap would go from 80 billion to 420 billion, something like that. Could even double that and still be less than Bitcoin. In other words, if you want a 10x, I think that Cardanoo is the one to do it, and I think that it'll at least 5x before this year's over. And that I would probably think about selling at that point, but also maybe stay in longer depending on how things in the rest of the market are going. If at this point Bitcoin is also doubled or tripled, well then maybe I feel the whole market has gone up. And so now that, Cardanoo has gone up 5 times, I would say, yeah, Cardanoo is the one that's winning the race, and it'll continue winning the race. It all depends on how we feel at that time. But certainly I see it now. Cardanoo is a great, tool for investment. Where is Cardanoo right now? I have no freaking clue. First off, let's see where we are with our stuff here. AMC, namely. 44.54. Time now is 10 minutes till close. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to Cardanoo. And we're gaining our bet. You know what? There was a point down here where you could have got in in the 50s. And I said, man, that's a good buy-in, I felt. And I said, we're probably just going to go straight up to almost $3 by tonight. Back to where we were here, see? It's 97, right? Maybe not over $3, but in the 90s. And that's what I suspect will happen by tonight. So it's already at 279 now. Well then, good to go. And I have 4K in my Cardanoo wallet because I really believe in this. And so that's that. And it's gone up, right? So if you stepped on this when I first told you, then you're already up. You're already up 80 cents, right? So sometimes they come at you. Now, of course, I am not a financial advisor like anybody these days who talks about finance. I'm simply somebody who myself is involved in it, and I do a lot of things. I'm your happy healer lover. Namely speaking, I'm working my ass off to see us find a better world. For me, it's not about trying to find riches. Maybe that's a great way to make friends, though. And you need money to get by to do the special things in this life. And, I do that with all my passions. So, but yet, that's the thing. Like, this is yet just one passion. I have over 30 different passions. It's the MoneyMantics brands of passions, and every single one of them have their own dedicated channel. It's really no extra work for me. I go about living my life, and when something that I'm doing pertains to one of those interests, I forward it to those interests, including to my own main channel. Very simple organization, and this is stuff that I teach about too. And much better than what Meaty McGreedy teaches about. Meaty McGreedy says things you already know and then fakes it out. He pulls it from this one or that one, Kathy or whatever. I mean, what I'm telling you about is not allowing that stuff to flutter my mind, but knowing about it, but not allowing it to flutter my mind. And instead, not even learning about it, just learning how to do it right and learning what works best. And then going back and saying, now, how did you guys do it? And comparing the differences and improving. That's how I like doing things. So anyways, that means that I have a lot of different passions and a lot of different talents, things to share. I know how to do solar and electrical, and all of this stuff is very intimidating to people, but yet it's exactly interesting because I have so many cross knowledge and cross superpowers, as I call them, mantics, brands of power. That's what they are. And that they are each one empowering the next. Because when you know how to do film good, it makes everything else well. Well, that's part of FilmMantics. And if you know I know how to do film very good, I could build some of the most amazing videos, but it takes time. So doing live videos is quite simple. And I enjoy that. Plus, too, let's face it, my background and everything in my studio is my van. I mean, I do everything in this sucker, right? And I'm just rolling with the punches, man. You know what? That's what God's soldier would do. Because really what the devil's out to do is knock us all down. He wants to burn your house down, leave you in your van, and take all your hope from you, drain it out from you, and leave you gone, leave you a dead goner. That's what the devil's out to do. Hey, it's not the first time. Look, I was homeless growing up as a child. I just had 4 years ago a guy who got in trouble for like over 20 different felonies, and then turned around and threatened me in my own home to the extent he was a felony, and it really hurt people and made now threats against my life. I had my gun with me, and do you know he called the police, got me in trouble, me thrown out of my house. I had to go to court for a year, probation for a year, destroyed my home. Well, me doing good work, getting hurt by the devil. That sure as hell didn't break me, so this ain't gonna break me either. I'm working for you, and that's why I remind you of that. And I don't even talk about that past stuff, although it's important. And everything I've been through, from drug addictions to the hell, losing my family, everything that I've learned, I realized that at the end of the day, this is what's most important, and we're getting it madly wrong. And we need to take care of people. It's quite obvious. We got 5 days left, and 5 minutes left. Time moves so fast in my world. It does. I'm excited about life. I love people. That's my favorite thing to do. It's $44 right now. And I'm happiest when I get to do that with people. So I get a little discouraged when I see people running off and they're not focusing on what's being said here just because it's different from other things they've heard. That if they give themselves a moment, they too will be able to pick up a lot of things that they could probably do a lot more with than I could. Because the fact of the matter is, I'm a 42-year-old man. You can learn these superpowers as a young person and get by much quicker. Trust me, I've been someone who in life, I've always stayed with it. I wasn't one to be slow. I wanted to learn the best and do the best and be the best too. Always looking sharp, always on top of things. As a bodybuilder, a 6'1" bodybuilder dude, muscles sticking out everywhere, in control and top of life. That's me. And you know what? I figured out what's most important. It's not all this fancy schmancy crap that doesn't ever hold value. It is you. It is me. Time now is 3:55, and we're gonna have to start thinking about the last couple of minutes of this market. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But that's fine. I always say it, and it always works out like that. People, they run off. They don't have time. We make an impression. They come back. They listen again. They listen, and they say, wow, this guy, he's not really a fool. He knows what he's talking about. They'll even make comment about it. Pretty deep stuff they're not used to all the time, but it works. And actually, it's quite pleasant. It's not really pleasant running from problems. You know, and that's like the devil keep us in fear for so long, we won't be thinking about our problems ever to actually get them right. And it doesn't give us the clarity to live life. You know, that's what we really need, is clarity and vision. And it's hard to have a clarity and vision and fear. And so, you know, I don't get worked up. I don't get like that excited. The worst that can happen, you know, we're experiencing it, folks. You know, how much more fearful can you get when you're dying, when your people and everybody you love, they're dying on the streets? You're supposed to be living in God's world, love and truth, working and living in the world of abundance with major technological achievement, driving all of this and your happy lives. And instead you're suffering in misery. And you think you got something to fear? You never took that bigger, better gift. That's what you have to fear. Go get that, please, hurry, before we die. Look, I'm 42. If we get working on it now, maybe you can extend my life and make it better. And you know, I would like to see us do that to make even our grandparents' lives better, because I want to work fast. I want to work so fast. Man, we can work so fast. Just think of what we can get done, really, if we were to really get going on it. Because, you know, the only thing that holds us back is people are held back by this constant FUD-filled world that you know about and hear about in the news every day. Constant crap propaganda trying to control people. And instead focus on your value, the things that are most important to you, that you know you are. And it's about not progressing, not doing that progressive advancement, right? Not becoming smarter with technological achievement, right? Not actually making and building things. Well, one of the things is we have too many scientists that are just at home. They're not doing nothing. Oh, I'm not smart enough. They don't want me. Nobody cares about what I know. We have engineers that do that. Nobody wants to be one anymore. What's the difference? You come out, you don't even have a job. Nobody cares. That goes back to nobody cares. That your talents are essentially there, ready to be used and even fine-tuned, but and developed and further developed and made better, but that nobody cares about your talents. That's the problem. And the reason why that is because in greed hell, there's no money to invest in you. There's no money to invest in this country. That's really the biggest investment in this country you can make, is by empowering its people with superpowers to do their jobs and to make sure they feel comfortable so that they're not living in a state of fear while they do it. And that unity is their way of getting things done. When they do things, they know why they're doing it. They're doing it because they love their fellow man. They love their family. They accept all man as their family. They couldn't imagine a world where it's just on their own. That love is the way it works. We have each other. That love in its own right can now flourish because we're not using greed against one another. So not only are we the land of affluence, but we're the land of princesses and princes who know their value, who are so sweet. Yeah, it's the difference. It's what we don't get when we take this shit. And instead we got a perversion on the world, the upside down world, where there's literally these entities that use money and what we call our sustenance to break down other money, just totally destroying wealth in the interest of making us Americans, normal people, poorer, them richer while they do it, and then to control us. Interesting. And they're allowed to do this? Only in greed hell. Okay, it's 2 minutes after 4. We are closed. It looks like we closed today right here at 4 p.m. 44.80. Let's check what it's. We can just check the other window here. Or the after hours markets brought us a little bit of progress like I thought it would. So 44.25 is where we closed. And God bless everybody for today. I hope you made some progress. You just don't know what day it's going to be or when or how it's going to be. You got to be prepared for that, that's for sure. And we did get a few scares, and also that's usually how that works. We were down 500 before we were up $1. Isn't that how it always works? And I hope tomorrow we can get more prepared. And God bless everybody. And I hope you're hearing me when I talk in between the money lessons. Well, guess what? Those in between lessons, they're just as profound for your money. They really are, because they give you a vision to see markets, to understand things, to get your mind out of the upside down world. That world that really everybody thinks that's the correct way. No. But it gives you another version, another world to see that that's the correct way and that we're here is the wrong way. But understanding both worlds allows you to navigate both worlds very well. I do promise you that. All right, folks, I'll see you again tomorrow morning. God bless you. Make sure you like